All right, welcome to 8.5 day 3. The goal for today is to be able to simplify complex fractions. Okay, and all a complex fraction is, it's like a fraction inside of a fraction. So basically, this is just crazy fraction skills. So we got to have all the skills we've been practicing just with fractions inside a fraction. So really, there's not a lot for any directions. It's just we're going to do sample problems. Okay, so if you want to copy down the first one, here's a complex fraction because we have fraction inside of a fraction. All right, so the process here is basically this fraction bar in the middle here. This means divide. So I'm going to turn this into a division question. So I'm going to do b over 3 divided by 2/3. Okay, so all I'm really doing there is taking this fraction bar, turning it into division. And then when we divide two fractions, we multiply by the reciprocal of the second fraction. So I'm going to turn this into a multiply question by doing the reciprocal of the second, right? And then generally speaking here, before I multiply, I like to just cancel. So I'm just going to cancel the 3's and make them 1 and 1. So now I multiply the numerators. B times 1 is just b, and 1 times 2 is just 2. And that's our cleaned up, simplified answer. Right, so that's kind of a basic level 1, and we're just going to build complexity from there. Okay, if you want to jot this one down, and then we'll start going through it. Okay, so basically the steps are going to be, we want to combine the numerator and denominator to get one fraction, and then do what we did on the last problem. So in the last problem, we did steps 2 and 3. Basically, once they're one fraction, you turn it into a division and multiply by the reciprocal. So on this one, we've got to do the same thing. We've just got to get this numerator to be one fraction and the denominator to be one fraction. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do first. Okay, and so to make this one fraction, I need to add these two. And so I need their denominators to match. Okay, meaning I think this one I just need them times 5, and this one times 2. So we'll have 5/10 plus 6/10. On the bottom, I'm going to write 1 as like 1 over 1. And that helps me figure out that the common denominator between 1 and 6 is just 6. So all I need to do is take this one times 6. So now I'll have 1/6 plus 6 over 6. Okay, so the number 1 is the same as 6/6. Okay, now I'm going to add those together. So up top we have 11 over 10. And in the bottom we have 7/6. Just add them together. Okay, now it's just like the last one, right? I'm going to rewrite this as this middle fraction bar is division. So I have 11/10 divided by 7/6. And then to complete this, I'm just going to multiply by the reciprocal. So 11/10 times 6/7. Before I do any multiplying, I always cancel first. So 6 and 10 both divide by 2. I'm going to add 5 and 3. That means our numerator will be 11 times 3, and our denominator will be 5 times 7. Okay, and since we simplified ahead of time, we don't need to reduce this at all. It should be in simplest form. So that's 33/35. Sorry, that doesn't look very good there. I'll rewrite it. 33 over 35 is our final answer. That's what it should be. Okay, and so pretty much this is going to be the process for all of these complex fractions, right? And it's called complex because you have like fractions inside of fractions. It's kind of wild. Okay, so now we're just starting to mix in variables. This is a lot like the last one, just with variables. All right, so if you want to pause the video and try and tackle it, that's great. If not, you can kind of just tune in and kind of follow along with me. Okay, so we need a common denominator on both top fractions and the bottom. So in order to add them together, these denominators have to match. So to do that, here I need to take this fraction times y and this one times x. So that'll give us 1 over xy plus x squared over xy. Sorry for the poor handwriting there. This is an x and an x. Right, and for the denominator, again, I'm going to do 1 over 1. And the numerator that would match between y and 1 is just y. So that means this fraction, just take it times y, and we should be okay. So I have 1 over y plus y over y. Okay, and now the denominators match. So up top I have x squared plus y over that denominator of xy. And the denominator, our denominator in the denominator is y, and our numerator is just 1 plus y. Okay, so now that I've got it to two single fractions, now I'm going to do exactly like we did in the other problems. I'm going to write it as a division problem. So here's the first fraction divided by the fraction in the denominator. Right, and to complete this, I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. So multiply by y over 1 plus y. Okay, and again, I want to cancel if I can. So these, that's a little factor, there's a little factor, and then I want to see if there's anything in my list that cancels. So on this one there is. So I'm going to give you a minute to see if you can spot what cancels out of the numerator and denominator now. Okay, and the answer is they both have a times y. So this y and this y are both multiply y without any plus 1 or anything like that. They're just times y, so they cancel. And I think that's it. So what we're left with up top is x squared plus y. And in the bottom, I have x times 1 plus y. And you can just leave it in factored form like that. And I think this is it. I don't think there's anything else that cancels. All right, so as weird as it seems, that's the final one. No more canceling. That's our cleaned up answer. All right, so this is what about a test level difficulty. So if you feel comfortable, pause the video and try it. If not, I'll walk you through the first steps. And at any point, if you feel comfortable, I'd pause and try to finish it on your own. Top here numerator is already in one fraction, so we just got to add these together to make it one fraction in the denominator. So I'm going to write this as like 5 over 1. To help me realize the common denominator down there is x, meaning I just got to take this second one times an x. So numerator is not changing at all. And in the bottom, I have 1 over x plus 5x over x. Okay, so again, I'm just keeping the numerator the same. In the denominator, now that they both have x, I can add them. So I have 1 plus 5x over x. Now take this middle fraction bar and make it into division. So I'm going to do this fraction divided by that fraction. Divided by 1 plus 5x over x. And then I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. So I have 2 over 1 minus x times x over, and I'm going to reverse this a little bit. I'm going to write it as 5x plus 1, but it really doesn't matter. Okay, so now I want to look and see, is there anything that cancels? And we got some x's and stuff, but basically this is 1 less than x, and this is 5 times x plus 1, so neither of those cancel with x. Okay, so all we can do here is just multiply the numerators to give us 2x. And denominator you could FOIL, but I'm generally going to leave them in factored form. So it's going to look like this. All right, and that's it. There is nothing to simplify there, so there's our complete answer. Okay, and we're just going to keep rocking, and we're going to keep going through examples. Each one's a little bit different. So I'll just keep rocking examples, and hopefully it'll start to make sense. Again, if you're feeling comfortable here, I'd pause the video and try it before watching the solution. So our goal is to get it to be a single fraction in the numerator, single fraction in the denominator. That's the first step. Okay, so for this particular one, if we take this one times 4, they'll both be 4y denominators. So we're going to have 12 over 4y plus 1 over 4y. So we'll be able to add those together here in a second. The denominator I'm basically going to multiply the two existing. So take this one times 3 and this one times x, and then they'll both be 3x denominators. So I'll have 6 over 3x and then 2x over 3x. Okay, now we can actually add. So up top I have 13 over 4y. Here I can't really add them, so I'm just going to write it as 6 plus 2x over 3x. And now it's fraction divided by fraction, so I'm going to write it in division form. So like 13 over 4y divided by 6 plus 2x over 3x. Okay, and so to divide two fractions at this point, we're going to multiply by the reciprocal of the second one. So keep the first fraction, multiply by the reciprocal. All right, and generally before I multiply, I want to see if there is anything that cancels out. And I think on this one, there really isn't. All right, so I'm just going to multiply them together. So the numerator would be 39x. And the denominator, I'm not really going to multiply them. I'm just going to leave it in factored form. I've got 4y times 6 plus 2x. And the reason for not multiplying them is I want to check to see if anything would cancel. Right? If I have anything in my list that's common, I could cancel it out. And it's easier to see that if it's in factored form. So I'm going to leave it here. Nothing cancels. So boom, I'm done. Okay, one final fraction of a fraction problem, right? And the hint I'll give you here is write these over 1. Anytime you have a number, just write it as 3 over 1 and 4 over 1, because that'll help you hopefully figure out what is your common denominator. So pause the video and give this a shot. I'm going to write these a little cleaner for you. Over 1 over 1. All right, so up top, to make a match, I want denominators of x. So I'm going to take this times x and x. So I'll have 1 over x plus 3x over x. In the denominator, multiply this one by y to get y denominators. So 5y plus 4y over y. And now that the denominators match, I'm just going to do 1 plus 3x over x. Keep the denominator of y, so I have 5 plus 4y over y. Now I have a big division question, so I'm going to rewrite it with the division symbol. So I have 1 plus 3x over x divided by 5 plus 4y over y. Multiply by the reciprocal of the second one. So keep the first fraction, to multiply, and then the reciprocal. So let's flip it on the second one. Okay, and I want to see if anything cancels again. So I usually draw like little parentheses around my factors. Right, but nothing is common here, so it doesn't cancel. So I'm just going to multiply them for my answer. And I'm not really going to multiply them. I'm just going to write them like this little factor gets multiplied by y. I'm not actually going to distribute it. I'm just going to leave it in that form. And then on the bottom, I have x times 5 plus 4y. And again, the logic there is if there's anything that's common, I would see it and cancel it. But here, there's nothing that's common. So this is our final cleaned up, simplified answer. Okay, so this lesson is called complex fractions, just fractions inside of fractions, and you just got to do a bunch of fraction math to simplify it. Okay, and I'll go back to earlier. These are your steps, right? So if you are kind of stuck, you can copy these steps down. Hopefully they'll be your guide for this lesson. All right, that's all I got. Thank you for tuning in.